10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whose round is it?
Three friends ran out of time.
Got the last round.
And into a whole new dimension. It's Doctor Who meets Shaun of the Dead.
That is the end of the world.
I'm not going out there.
Now this is what I call a future. Don't sleep with anyone. Always ends up being your mum or your gran.
Oh, that's just sick.
It's so funny you'll want to go back in time and see it again.
Where's your time machine?
Inside me.
That's handy.
Frequently asked questions about time travel.
So, whose round is it?
Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Who wants to put their time machine inside Anna Faris? Come on, be honest.
Yeah, I'm down. She's cute.
Is that what they call it these days?
Is that what they're calling it?
Is that what they're calling it? Well, welcome to the show, everybody. That's the TV spot trailer. Lionsgate wouldn't allow me to use the longer one. The Spoil Sports had to get the short trailer there. Time travelers and beer drinkers, welcome to you all. We're diving today into possibly my favourite British low-budget science fiction time travel comedy of all time. It's a very small field, of course, but...
Say that 3 times fast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Frequently asked questions about time travel, or FAQ about time travel, as they shortened it to eventually. And it's a comedy. It's like a pub crawl through a wormhole, as it were. Confusing, hilarious, and you might just wake up wondering what year it is, or at least when last orders are. So grab a pint, do not touch yourself under any circumstances, and let's unravel this timey-wimey gem together. And I'm just hoping that everybody out there that's watching has actually seen this movie, because it's a little bit obscure. Only got a theatrical release in the UK, but you can see it, as Joe points out to me earlier, on HBO Max, because it's a joint BBC HBO production. So it is out there to be seen in a fairly low-key cast, but a nice, funny little British comedy. So welcome, one and all. Welcome to my esteemed panelists. Joe, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. It's good to see you, Brian. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you, mate. It's always a pleasure. Pope Metallicus, how are you, sir?
Doing well. Good to be here.
Great. Glad to have you. And Dr. Michael Jones, how are you, sir?
I'm great. Made it just in time.
Good. I'm very pleased that you're here, so we can investigate this timey-wimey stuff and get into all that, all the paradoxes and all the nonsensical timey-wimey stuff. Never makes any sense, and it certainly doesn't make any sense in this movie, but it's a comedy, so that's what matters.
It's not supposed to make sense. It's
not supposed to make sense. It makes so little sense that there's a whole website out there devoted to why none of the time stuff in it works and what would really happen if those things happened.
You know what? When I saw what the name of the movie was, I was like, "Oh my God, is he going to have Captain Finney on here? That'd be great." If
he might end up in the chat. Who knows? Get the captain,
because he's like a moth to a flame when it comes to time travel.
Stickler when it comes to time travel, yes, quite rightly. And but yes, there are so many things about the time travel in this. I sat and wrote it all down yesterday and went, okay, that wouldn't work. Oh, well, what's happened here? Oops. But anyway, that doesn't matter, because it's a comedy, and it's one of a film that I've really enjoyed since it came out. And science fiction comedies, there's a niche market for you. Which this is in. So
they're there. I mean, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is probably the first one that pops in my mind. You know.
Well, indeed, I'd like the chat to chime in with a few because I thought of a few. Well, first of all,
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
first of all, this genuinely was what I saw yesterday walking the dog in my little town in the prairies.
Wow.
Which is a premonition about this stream today. Actually, someone has a blue police box in their front lawn.
That's funny.
I did look in, I was hoping a guy with a big scarf would come out of it, but that didn't happen.
Bigger on the inside.
Yeah, it didn't look bigger on the inside. It looked, see, Ivy upstairs is remarking on that because I was out walking her when I saw it. So this, I thought of a few. So Back to the Future series, they're comedies, they're science fiction, and they're comedies.
Yes.
Hot Tub.
Hot
Hot
Tub,
Tub Time Machine, yeah.
Bill and Ted. Galaxy Quest, although you could say it's a parody. Now, is a parody that's a comedy still counted as a science fiction comedy?
I say it's a science fiction comedy because of the science fiction that's in it. It's good. I love that movie. You know why I love that movie so much? Look at the chick in the middle. I never saw her as a sex object till I saw this movie.
Till this movie.
Yes.
What's
I mean,
her
she was
name
hot
in
in
it?
Ghostbusters when she got, taken over. But man, wow. And she even says in interviews she always wanted to be the hot blonde. And now,
I just love the way her clothing disintegrated as the movie went
right?
on.
Yep.
You guys missed one, and I'm going to give you a clue, and you're going to guess which one.
He's not done yet.
Oh, we're not done yet.
Wait,
We're not done
I'm sorry. Don't
Keep
touch
it
the toaster.
Well, Hitchhikers, Red Dwarf, I was thinking more of movies, of course, but Hitchhikers counts as a movie and a TV, and Red Dwarf is TV, but it's a science fiction comedy for sure. I was kind of naming
Red
more
Dwarf,
the movies.
Yep.
Hot Tub Time Machine, Dr. Jones mentioned. Another one I thought of is really it counts because it goes to the future.
It does.
And it's got, Idiocracy.
Idiocracy.
Although
great.
that's more prophecy than comedy.
Right? It's more like coming true.
Sorry, mate. Go ahead.
I'm beaten. Don't bother me.
That's right.
Right.
Our dear friend, and we'll speak to the chat in a minute. Our dear friend Christian, Vinyl Revival, has super chatted for a massive $25 Canadian, which is at least $2 American.
Yes.
Thank you, Christian, my friend. I really appreciate it, mate. Here's a joke to change the show and make Joe and Pope chuckle. A man goes to a tattoo parlor and gets the words "I love you" inked on his manly parts. He goes home and his wife says, "Hey, stop trying to put words in my mouth."
Can count on Vinyl Revival. Good old Christian for the dad jokes.
You have got all the jokes, and I appreciate it very much, mate. So let's see what we can. Let's see if we've got a clip for you. Let's try this one from last week's show. I think it was the week before.
Where were we? Zebra hunting on the Serengeti, right? Ooh, they glow in the dark.
Damn.
So thank you very much, Christian. Appreciate it, mate. Keeping the lights on here, paying the vet bills, and that's for me. I have to go to the vet. No doctor, no sane doctor will see me. Isn't that right, Dr. Jones?
Well,
Yes.
They think you've got that you're part sheep because you keep getting in trouble.
Well, part of me is, yes.
Did you eat some bad haggis, mate?
I did. Is it a good haggis? I mean, look, we're talking sheep's stomach stuffed with ground up lungs, hearts, and yeah, okay. Let's not go any further. Spaceballs. Although that too counts as a parody, but it's still a science fiction comedy.
Your Swartz is as big as mine.
Yes. She's Druish. Druish princess. And another one I thought was Space Truckers, which I hadn't thought of for a long time, but that's actually a pretty good movie. I like Debbie Mazar.
That's an old one. Yeah.
I like Space Truckers. There's nothing like getting space trucked. And then one that shares similarities with this movie today, The World's End. Given
World's
it revolves
End,
around pubs,
yes.
of course. It rolls around pubs. It's probably slightly bigger budget and more sophisticated than this movie today.
Frost
but,
and Peg together again. Yes.
Good stuff. So that was a few of the ones I thought of. Let me just but today we're doing this little movie. If anyone else thinks of any in the chat, please feel free to mention those. And
You missed 170s. Don't touch the toaster.
yeah, wasn't that Red Dwarf?
No.
Oh,
Terry Gilliam.
Don't touch this.
Brazil.
Oh, the midgets.
Oh, Time Bandits. Oh,
Time Bandits.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, see, I'd almost included that in fantasy in the past because of the whole Sean Connery sequence, but the Agamemnon or whatever he is. But yeah, it's science fiction. Good call, science fiction, comedy. You could say Brazil is too.
Oh, that's dark, man. That's
That's dark.
yeah. It depends on which version you watch, right? Because one has a happy ending, one doesn't have a happy ending. So
We always prefer the happy ending on this show.
yeah,
do.
true.
So yeah, frequently asked questions about time travel. Released 24th April 2009. Theatrical release only in the UK, which is why it took me a while to see it because I was in Canada by then. Joint BBC Films, HBO production. The posters, which are quite nice. This one in particular, the stance on the poster of the three guys is a direct homage to Back to the Future, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And there's a lot of that in this movie. Lots of little
Future boy.
Yes, lots of little nods in it to other stuff. Our three intrepid heroes. I actually like the fact these three guys are kind of like ordinary guys. I identify with all three of them, though, which is interesting. Like, we'll get into their characters a little more.
Well, we all know you have multiple
I
personalities.
do, and I did spend a lot of time in the pub in the past. So this was written by a guy who was a former stand-up comedian, Jamie Matheson. He went on to write... sorry, that's not him. Went on to write a few things like... some of the Capaldi era Doctor Who, just before it got really bad. You can't blame him. And he does write science fiction short stories that he publishes. He also did shows like Being Human. Dirk Gently, which of course was the other Douglas Adams stories. So he had a little bit of science. He has a little bit of science fiction stuff going on. And Christian, once again, you're so good to me, my friend. It's going to go into the liquor fund for the next time you're here. And I mean booze, by the way. Liquor in the front, poker in the back.
Look out.
$5 is, hey Brian, say publication. Say written publication.
Written publication.
Book. I'll say book. Thank you, my friend. For that, I'm going to have to find something Scottish for that. I think I've got something. Here we go.
Get your haggis right here. Chopped heart and lungs, boiled in a wee sheep's stomach. Tastes as good as it sounds. Good for what ails you.
You had to mention haggis, Dr. Jones.
Well, of course.
Yeah, it's very Scottish. So
Aye, it's good for you. It's good for you.
Yeah.
It's good with a nice mashed tatties and gravy.
Scottish and Johnny Walker.
Well, you need whiskey if you're eating it, that's for sure. So the director of this movie was a guy called Gareth Karavik, who tragically died of leukemia a month before the movie was released.
Really?
So it's dedicated to him, obviously, which is really tragic. Yeah, had a series of producer and director credits over the years in British comedy TV shows like French and Saunders, Bottom, Fry and Laurie, Absolutely Fabulous, and a long-running success called 2 Pints of Lager and a Packet of Crisps, which I must admit I didn't really see, but I did see all the others. So quite a good track record of stuff, not so much science fiction, but certainly a comedic guy, but as we say, tragically passed away. Which yes.
Why does Absolutely Fabulous remind me of Bosom Buddies? Why does it remind me of that?
Which is with Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies was the comedy that Tom Hanks was on when he first started in television,
right,
where it was an all women's apartment building, and they had to be women to live there.
Yeah, it's not
They were dressed in
quite
drag.
so. Ab Fab is more to, well, they're fashion designers.
Okay.
Jennifer Saunders and Joanna Lumley, and they're
Hey, Brian,
well-
you know what all these shows have in common? There's a pipeline to the young ones.
yes,
Yeah.
the young ones are very heavily involved in these. And
Because you got
also
Rick
Blackadder.
Mayall,
Yeah.
Rick Mayall, Ed
Mayall.
Adamson, Dawn French, Jennifer Saunders,
That's right.
even Fry and Laurie were on a couple episodes.
Well, for Hugh Laurie was in 3 seasons worth. Yeah, or 2 seasons worth. Sorry. So yeah. So and so was so Hugh Laurie was in 2 seasons of Blackadder at least, and Stephen Fry was in the last one. So in fact, he was in a couple more. No, he was in a couple of them, wasn't he? He was in the second one and the fourth one. Can't remember if he was in the third one.
I remember them
So,
on
yeah.
University Challenge. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, the young ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Well,
no
wait.
idea the guy that played House was British.
Oh God, yeah. So we did a whole young ones stream on here a couple of years
Yeah.
ago. So yeah, that was fun.
No, I have to dig it up.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I could do more on that one because it was so good.
Oh yeah.
Another $5 for Christian. He's definitely topping up the booze cabinet here. And for the liquor fund, make sure she doesn't pull your ears off. She'll keep them warm though. So for that, you're going to have to get the some of the traditional favorites. If I've got it here, that is. Oh,
You do.
yeah, here it is.
Damn.
Can't beat that one.
No, you
That
can't.
clip. Cannot beat that clip. Thank you again, Christian. So the director had quite a good track record with comedy. It's the cast, though. And it's a very small cast in this, which is good because it means this part of the show didn't take long to prepare. It's all about the brevity.
That's what he decides to do stuff on.
So
Stuff with small casts.
Chris O'Dowd who plays one of our intrepid heroes, science fiction nerd. Sorry, Imagineer. You're not supposed to use the N word.
When I heard the word Imagineer, I was like, "Oh my God, they work
Disney.
for Disney."
Disney.
No.
Sounds Disney.
That
doesn't
word has been tainted.
Right, it has.
Time travel expert, science fiction lover, doesn't like the term sci-fi, as he makes very clear several times.
Yes.
Science
Doesn't
fiction.
like the N word,
Right.
the N word, the nerd word. Dreams of, getting some of his ideas. The three of them, of course, write them together. Kind of. Toby does the writing, but dreams of getting something. Well, I mean, he's asked what his ideal job would be, and he says Time Lord. Hell, they time him how long it takes him to mention that, and it's 5
Yeah.
minutes. Under
That's
5
less than 5 minutes. Yep.
But he's a very charming Irish actor. Great for the lead. And I love this at the beginning of the movie. Just
Oh, it's
hilarious.
awesome.
It's the ancestors of our enemies have yet to evolve any thumbs or indeed spines. So we're not expecting a lot of resistance.
He was on an episode of Black Mirror that I just watched.
Yeah, he's in a lot of TV stuff. We were talking earlier. He has been in some Hollywood movies, Bridesmaids, This is 40.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah, This is 40, stuff like that. Very charming actor, playing the part of Ray here. And
The famous Ray.
The famous Ray, but he did come to prominence largely in the UK Channel 4 comedy The IT Crowd. Happened to be written by a certain Graham Linehan, who's in the news for some reason.
Please skip the American version of that show.
Yeah, don't bother with the American. Always go to the original British version of
Right.
any show. Yes, so that was quite a funny one. IT Crowd. Graham Linehan, of course, Father Ted creator, also wrote this. He may not be able to write anything ever again, depending on the police in Britain.
Wow.
So here he is, though, more recently, and he's done a lot of as we say, a lot of parts in Hollywood movies, TV stuff in Britain and America. Got a Tony Award for his Broadway appearance in Of Mice and Men, which I didn't realize
Really?
he'd done.
With James
Yeah.
Franco? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I did not realize he'd done
I am a
that.
closet case James Franco fan, man. I
Oh, I
like
think
everything
James-
he does.
Oh, first time?
No.
No, first time?
No.
Yeah, I love that. He's on the Hangman's his first time.
I'm still only slightly disappointed that, Lenny in that one wasn't actually just played by Seth Rogen. It would have been the perfect casting.
Right.
Oh, I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's right. You'd be, let's not go into that. But there's a movie of Chris O'Dowd is in. He's not one of the stars. It's an ensemble movie we're definitely going to be doing on this channel at some point called The Boat That Rocked. Here he is as the breakfast DJ. This is about the pirate radio station, Radio Caroline, in Britain in the 1960s, where they got boats and they got outside into international waters to broadcast. They called them pirate radio.
Is it a true story?
Oh, these are true stories. Yeah,
Oh,
they had,
wow.
So because of the broadcasting laws were so strict in Britain, they would be arrested if they see, Britain's always been the same. Arrested if they broadcast on land, so they were outside in international waters. And a lot of the top DJs and years later started on these pirate radio, they call it. And this was Radio Caroline they're talking about really in this. This is so I'm going to be doing this because it's about music as well as having a fantastic ensemble cast. Like Kenny Branagh.
The funny part is the British did it against their own government, and then we were doing it against the Soviets in Germany.
Yes, yes. So the boat, broadcast from a boat. It's a very funny movie, well worth watching. Great cast. So that's Chris O'Dowd. Next up is Dean Lennox Kelly, who's a bit of a scouser, loves Liverpool FC, but won't hold it against him. Plays the cynical and absolutely not a nerd or sci-fi fan.
No. He's just friends with these guys to go drinking with. Yeah.
He's a drinking buddy.
Yep.
Pete is his character. And it turns out he's the key to the whole thing. He'd be a girl if they made this movie now.
Right?
Because
He'd
if
be
you
the girl
know,
boss, wouldn't he?
nobody travels in time unless it's him or somebody with him.
Yes.
Apart from the girls from the future. The other two don't go independently. You have to go with him. So
I don't even think it'd be a girl. It'd be a non-binary.
it'd be a non-binary. Yes.
It'd be both.
He's the sarcastic, pragmatic member of the trio, very frustrated by their nerdish habits, but he's very loyal nonetheless.
I'm wondering if he's got a license for that freaking knife.
No, that he wouldn't be able to get that now. Neither would we get the screw, the wine cork screw that Toby uses. That wouldn't be allowed now either. So the E. Clay Thompson rightly points out the movie The Boat That Rocked, I think, was called Pirate Radio over here in North America. It had more than one title, but The Boat That Rocked was the original British title. But Pirate Radio might be known better as over here. And it's the same guy that made 4 Weddings and a Funeral and stuff like that, the director. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. He's got a huge range of stuff he's done in the UK. Things like Shameless, the British original show of Shameless, not the American one. But he also, from a time travel perspective, played William Shakespeare in a David Tennant era Doctor Who. Here he is with a very impressive ruff. Because it's the size of the ruff that counts, you know.
Shakespeare code.
Very Blackadder, yeah, Shakespeare code. Very Blackadder, the size of look at the size of that ruff, you know. So he's had a lot of work. He's a good lad. He's quite funny when you see him being interviewed and stuff, especially when he talks about football, because being a Liverpool fan, he's very dismissive of the other team in Liverpool, Everton. So for those who don't know, there are 2 teams in
Liverpool.
That's why they cast him in Shameless, because it's set in Liverpool, I think. So the other guy, the third guy of the trio, Mark Wooten, is the guy that writes everything down, which becomes critical.
I was fixing to say the historian of the group.
Writes everything they say, he writes it down, even if it's crap, and they mock him for it sometimes. He's also a nerd, though, Toby. Very optimistic, very nerdy, enthusiastic.
That scene right there with those two as dinosaurs was funny.
Yeah, we'll get to that one for sure. It's a funny. He's very into fantasy and role playing. Ray's more of the hard science guy. This guy's more of the fantasy guy. English comedian and writer. Lots of British TV shows that I must admit I've never seen, so we won't talk about them here. However, and there they are in the pub. The pub itself has got some interesting trivia we'll come to. But for a bit of American glamour, they cast Anna Faris. I think it's Anna, not Anna, but anyway, Cassie from the future, member of an organization that fixes time leaks, but not very well. Not very well. She's got a tenuous handle on the manual of the job and rules of the job, but she's good looking, so who cares?
Yeah, she's beyond good looking. That girl's cute. Yeah.
One time Mrs. Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
really?
Yes, for many years.
Didn't know that.
Came to prominence, amongst other things, in the Scary Movie series, which I think she's done 5 out of 6 of them. Or is it 4 out of 5? I can't remember how many they've done now.
I think there's another one coming.
Yeah, 6 is coming, I think.
Wow.
So she's playing the Courtney Cox character, I think, in these. But it also has been in a ton of Hollywood movies, such as The Hot Chick. I don't know why they called it that. Lost in Translation. She was in a couple of Ryan Reynolds things, Just Friends, and another one which I've never seen. Can't remember what it's called, Waiting or something.
Yeah, she's in Waiting. That
Waiting.
Movie, if you've never seen that movie, see it. It's hilarious.
All right, we'll do then. And then The House Bunny, which is a very ex-Playboy model who becomes a sorority mother.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be an absolute nightmare for the men in that sorority.
Woof.
And then The Dictator with Sacha Baron Cohen. So and I think she's done like Alvin and the Chipmunks and Cloudy with the
done a lot of voices.
Yeah, she's done a lot of voices.
Yeah.
Simpsons is in her credits.
Simpsons, yeah.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah, so she's got quite a good track record. Added a touch of glamour. They always have to have an American star to try and sell it in America. So that's why she's here. And of course it does, as Ray does say, in the future, everyone's American. So.
Yeah.
And then the only other character that has really any lines in it is Meredith McNeil, who's an editor or a causal adjuster, as she describes. And I find their thing very fascinating. They want to eliminate people after they've had their first significant work so that they don't disappoint everybody going forward with crap.
Right, to improve the quality of what they've done. Yeah.
Let's say like Kevin Costner after Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, you kill him right after that.
She looks like a female Nick Cave.
Does a bit, doesn't she? Yeah, she does.
In the bad seeds.
Yeah, she does look like that. You're right. She does.
I was like, wait a minute, that's Nick Cave.
Yeah, except Nick Cave with better boobs. So the editors travel back in time, as I say, to eliminate people. I think Paris Hilton gets mentioned at one point, and Cassie goes, "Who?" So obviously she got eliminated.
Yeah.
And she's a Canadian actress and comedian. I haven't seen any of the Canadian shows she's been in, but she's a little bit of the worthy antagonist in this. Christian, you're at it again. Obviously, I'm going to be able to eat. I'm going to be able to eat this month because of you, Christian. So, $10 Canadian from Christian Vinyl Revival. Who's he? Christian is a member of the channel twice. He's so good to me. Some people like Joe are members once.
Just once.
Darren M, Tim FKHC, and others are members once. He's a member twice, so $10. You're my favourite Scot, Brian. I'm sure William Wallace, Mary Queen of Scots, and Alexander Bell are great Scots, but they don't owe me money. Okay. Cheers, mate.
Wow.
Alexander Graham Bell is the title of a very nice single by the band The Sweet. Look it up on YouTube. He did invent the telephone. The Scots invented everything, of course. But thank you for that, Christian. That means you get a clip. What's it going to be? It'll be a clip of one of the tunes from today. Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart, which plays a very important part in this movie.
Written by
Jim Steinman.
Thank you very much.
And you hear him singing at the beginning. You know, Rick Derringer plays guitar on that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, the sadly deceased Rick Derringer.
Yeah.
Everyone's sadly deceased. Hey, Rick Davies of Supertramp died.
Yes, he did.
I
was expecting something from you on that.
I'm going to do that, and along with our friend Alan Granny Grange, who did some Supertramp tours. So
yeah, there you go. That'd be a nice tribute to him.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. So anyway, that was
Supertramp. I always think of Magnolia, that movie.
Yeah,
Goodbye Stranger.
Yeah.
And,
I love Goodbye Stranger. What a great! That was a Rick Davies vocal and writing on that one. So the pub in this, it's called the White Horse in the show. I think the real name of it is the Talbot Pub in Mill Hill Road, London. The reason it's called the White Horse is a nod to the real world pub at the White Horse in London, which they obviously couldn't film in for some reason, where British science fiction writers like Arthur C. Clarke and John Wyndham used to gather to meet their fans and have a beer back in the day.
Wow.
So it's got a little bit of a science fiction nod to those writers in it, this pub. And the pub is the centre of this. In fact, the toilets are the centre.
Yeah.
Which is a nice device.
The bathroom.
Yeah. So we did talk about, we played one of the tracks in it. There's no soundtrack album to this, and there's a few cover versions on it, including the cover version of The Final Countdown at the end that they play. But there are two critical tracks, which is Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart, because Forever is going to start tonight, obviously.
Right, obviously.
And then there's the Talbot, that's the real pub that they renamed the White Horse for this. So there's Bonnie, Welsh songstress that she is. I liked her 70s stuff. It's a Heartache and Lost in France. Great.
When I was in basic training for the military police corps in the Army, I bought 2 cassettes. Of course, it was the early 80s. We were all listening to cassettes back then. To add to my suitcase, I bought Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart, and I bought Mental Health by Quiet Riot.
Nice.
Those were the 2 cassettes I bought when I was in basic training.
Yep. Oh, cool. That's nice. I love memories like that. I love hearing that. Yeah. I like Bonnie Tyler.
I do too. Yeah, okay. She's got that kind of smoky Stevie Nicks kind of voice. The only thing is you can understand what Bonnie's saying.
She recently played a festival in the very small town in the Highlands that my daughter and grandkids live in. So my daughter saw her playing live. Jim Steinman wasn't there.
Of course.
But that's not surprising.
No.
I
just like to point out Jim Steinman whenever I can because I love the guy's music. I think he's great.
And the other track that features largely is the Bucks Fizz. Now, were they ever anything in North America? Bucks Fizz. The Land of Make Believe, which was a massive UK hit in 1981, I think, or 80.
Never heard of Bucks Fizz.
You could not get away from this bloody record. It was this is like one of these boy-girl bands, vocal bands,
right?
That were so popular over the years. As Bucks Fizz, Land of Make Believe, and you know what's funny about this record is the lyrics are written by the same guy who wrote 20th Century Schizoid Man for King Crimson.
Wow.
Pete Sinfield, who wrote all these King Crimson records, wrote this one and made a fortune out of it, which was good for him because he made some cash, but he also slipped in quite a lot of dark stuff into the lyrics. He said if you listen to the lyrics closely, it's not quite all happy, happy, joy, joy, Let's have a little clip of this, a taster of it, so you can see what we had to deal with in the UK back.
Wow.
You see the torture, the pain, the suffering that we had to deal with.
I heard the fingernails on the chalkboard. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tim, our great friend Tim, great supporter of the channel, and I know he's looking forward to next week's show on the Battle of Britain movie. Look forward to that one. We're going to celebrate the anniversary of the Battle of Britain and watch the movie and talk about the movie. I'd like to watch the movie, but I might watch clips of it, of course. The Soft Glow of Electric Sex Machine. Yes, well, we all love that glow, don't we? Let's play. Thank you, my friend, for the $2 super chat. Let's play something for you, video-wise. Let's play one of the clips from. No, I'm not going to play one of the clips from today's movie. Well, let's play something else. Let's of. Oh well, this one I think.
I was not fondling my lambswool sweater. What would I do something like that for?
Yeah, why would anybody do such a thing? Anyway, hope you're all enjoying yourselves out there in the chat. I can see a bunch of people over on Rumble too, Low Spec, Linux Gaming. Vince is over there. Darren M is there. Joe's in the chat on Rumble. Thank you everybody for watching over on there. And I know I can't show those on here as easily, but I appreciate you watching on there very much. And we're also on X, and I'm sure somebody is watching over there, even if they're not chatting. And it's good to thanks for supporting us on there too. Let's get some slides up for the movie, and we'll talk about it as we go. Oh, I would just like to show one more thing before. So I did talk about. There is indeed, if I can get this to work. Oh, there it is. There is indeed an entire website out there where people just dissect time travel in movies. It's probably Captain Finity that's doing it. And they've got an entire page on this movie with all the different problems with the time travel in it, right down to the second, and all the paradoxes. So I'm not going to go through all of these now. I may refer to them throughout the show, but it's mjyoung.net. So if you look that up, you'd find all this time travel, temporal anomalies in time travel movies. So they've dissected these in excruciating detail, which is fine. I like that kind of thing. It took me longer to read this than it did to watch the movie.
Watch the movie, right? Because the movie's only like an hour and 23 minutes long, man. It's not that long.
The Tree Goblin is here, and he has some comments, which Captain Finity has contributed to many a show. Let's put it that way. So Meatloaf really was I like the Jim Steinman Bad for Good album. That he did, because Meatloaf wasn't available to do it, so he went and did it himself, all along with the same musicians like the E Street Band musicians and Todd Rundgren producing. And Bad for Good. But
yeah, his solo stuff. I mean, Meatloaf, that voice, man. He elevated everything he did. And I was just pointing out that he did do solo albums. Jim did, and some of the stuff like Rock and Roll Dreams, he did that on a solo album before.
Well, it was Bad for Good. Yeah, it's a great. I've actually got the 7-inch single of that as well as the album Bad for Good. It's a really good album.
But when Meatloaf sang it, it was a huge hit.
Yeah,
it's fantastic stuff. Yep.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Yeah, right.
Do you get that?
Meatloaf's really? Wow.
Robert Paulson. You ever see Fight Club?
Yeah, I've seen Fight Club.
That's right.
I'm not a fan.
That's his name in Fight Club, and when he
gets
killed, he becomes kind of like a mantra for the group. Yeah. Like remember Robert Paulson.
Yeah. But yeah, Bad for Good is a great album, Jim Steinman album. I had that in cassette. I played it in the car all the time in 1980 or whenever that came out. Great album. Yeah. With Todd Rundgren playing all that great guitar in it, like he did on Bat Out of Hell.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so let's get into this movie, and we can chat about some of the time. I've got all the time jumps down here, and I'll never remember them all. But there's
one that you know what, they set something up and they never paid it off. That really pissed me off. You know what I'm talking about.
I've got my notes here. Timey-wimey is the got 2 pages
when we
of
get to
notes.
it, I'll bring it up because it really.
Yeah.
First of all, it looks like something out of one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. But
Well, these opening credits.
Yeah.
Are from Superman.
Superman, yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed it, yeah.
Opening credits are from
Got the
Superman.
stretching words coming at you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And at first, it gives you the impression you're going to get an entirely different movie.
Oh, yeah.
It
looks like Starship Troopers out the gate, man.
It does look like, and of course the voiceover from Chris O'Dowd, and he's got the gear on. I'm thinking, this looks pretty good. Yeah. Explaining why they're going to use time travel to destroy a race that may be a threat to them millions of years from now.
He's pumping up the troops before the invasion, man.
Return the surface of the planet to a radioactive desert because that's what the Planetary Peace Corps do.
Yeah,
I love that.
But then he hollers. What did he say? Something like, "Okay, you motherfuckers ready
nappy-wearing,
to go?
lock and load, you nappy-wearing
motherfuckers."
Hang on.
We're expecting any resistance to be light, as the ancestors of our enemies have yet to evolve any thumbs, or indeed spines.
But I mean, that's what the dark forest theory would suggest. If your species gets too far, some aliens will come in and wipe you out before you become a threat. So, but then the kids go nuts, and you find out it's in one of these theme park, like the Terminator one in Universal.
Right? Yeah. Scares the shit out of all the kids, man, because they're seeing it in 3D. Yeah.
Why would that scare you? I would love that.
One of those kids pukes. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And he gets the old heave-ho as a result.
Now, this guy looked familiar to me, too.
We've mentioned Rhodey a few times, the Meatloaf movie, and we're definitely going to do it one day. I've mentioned it a couple of times and played a couple of clips from it in the past, so we'll definitely do Rhodey. But yeah, I love the way he strips all the armor off him like it's real.
Yeah, pulls it all off.
But he gets to keep his gun.
And he kicks over the teddy bear and then puts it back up.
And his gun, as he explains towards the end, is a Mark IV carbamite assault staff.
Oh my God! Yeah,
with a new cold fusion cell, and it fires quantum something or other. Or
dude, he's got the explanation down pat. He's done that show too many times. Yep.
So he's been sacked from a job at a theme park. How bad is that? How bad do you have to be? Star Ride. But this is where we meet his buddies, and we were talking about this. They're playing the dinosaurs. He's right. They're encouraging them to go into the dinosaur burger place to eat dinosaurs. We're dinosaurs encouraging them to eat dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Werewolves and vampires are natural enemies.
Oh, dude. That Christian's lost his mind.
Oh, what's Christian doing now? Oh, my God, Christian, what are you doing to me? You realize I'm going to have to... what a good chap you are. Honestly, this does all help. Pay the vet bills. $50, Christian. I got to make this up to you one of these days.
We love you, man. Thank you
love
very
you,
much.
brother. Yeah, buy yourself a good bottle of scotch. We'll be cracking open a new bottle I brought back from Scotland with me in the first bourbon and boarding episode in 3 or 4 weeks, whenever that is. So I've got a new one from a place called the Cairn, which is a new distillery near Aviemore. So I'll be cracking that open. But I can buy another one now. So thank you, Christian.
You got. Are you trying to keep up with Brahma? Because he likes high-end whiskey. So
if I kept up with Brahma, I'd be hammered constantly.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to walk. I was fixing to say, don't try and keep up with him. Yeah.
So it's time for another clip for Christian.
You have the right to be dead.
No significance in you picking that clip. I just picked the first one I clicked on.
First one you could see, yeah.
From Big Trouble in, not Big Trouble in Little China. That's Kurt Russell.
No, that's...
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah, Showdown in Little Tokyo. That's the one with Bruce Lee's son in it.
Yeah, Brandon Lee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen in a man. I should have played this one.
Nobody knows. Do you know why? Because my character isn't important enough for a last name. Because I'm gonna die.
He's the red shirt on Galaxy Quest.
I don't have a name. Anyway, so Oh, he's talking. It's funny. He says, heard of this one guy in the Star Guide to get sacked. He's his friend. Why would he call him one guy? He knows his name.
He knew he was standing over there, Brian. Come on.
Right. Yeah, he's taking the piss. Right. So they go to commiserate, and it's where you kind of get to know their characters. Barry Burp's Bubble Ride. This is a terrible theme park. Whatever it's cold and miserable British theme park.
Oh, it's not just British, man. I mean, anybody that's been to a Jellystone in the States, you know.
Oh boy.
Six Flags are closing a lot of places, I heard.
Yeah, they are.
You need to go to Bay Beach in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Six
If
Flags.
you want to see a depressing theme park. Surrounded by Packers fans, first of all. And
that is depressing.
WG hits you up, man.
I know. So just before we get to WG, the Six Flags over Texas there near Dallas, the big one. There's a very, very large church near that, and it's got it's so big. It's got a cinema, and it's got its own sporting and everything, and they call it Six Flags over Jesus, because it's near Six Flags over Texas.
Right.
Which also was funny. So anyway, WG, our great friend WG, Carolina Hurricanes fan. Hope he's looking forward to Bourbon and Boarding restarting soon. Fantasy League information will be going out soon for those who wish to take part. $50. My God, I am definitely going to eat for the rest of the month. Thanks to you and Christian. Thank you, my friend. 70s, I've sent this from the future. Well, no, it's in the past now. You see how that works? By the future, I mean Eastern time zone. Aha, I get you. So technically 2 hours ahead of where you're at. And yes, the future is amazing. Not on the East Coast. It's amazing in mountain time. East Coast is it's not amazing. So
come on, bro.
So thank you. If you got any lottery numbers you can send from the future, that would be good. Thank you, my friend. $50.
By the way, 2 people won that big Powerball.
All right.
Yeah.
See that $50. Well, it wasn't me, so screw them. $50. That $50 because it's from the future inflation has already depreciated it. It's only worth 45 now, but it's in Canada, so it's still worth double that.
Do they have a lottery in Alberta?
They do. They do have a lottery in Alberta. We have the Canadian national ones, and we have our own Alberta ones. And I still never won any of them, so screw them.
Well, if you win, you got to give out 80% back to the government, right?
Not in Alberta. We get
we
get to get an Ontario person and whip them.
I see.
For free. So this one's for WG. Which clip would be the best for WG? This one. He gets the classic. He gets a classic for that. And
awesome.
Tim is weighing in with a $2 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for all your support. Buy some haggis on me. Well, you wouldn't want haggis on you. I think I could buy it, but I wouldn't have it on you because that would be a little bit,
That could be messy.
That could be messy.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, man. Really, how much did the IRS win? Good one. Thank you for that, my friend. You also will get a video. We're playing a lot of videos today. It's great. A lot of clips. You can have this.
Well, can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
The classics.
They just don't want you doing the show today, man. They just want you reading super chats.
Hey, I'll read super chats all day long. I don't get to do that very often.
That's
you
right.
guys and Chris.
Hey, luckily it's a short movie we're doing.
It's
so
a short movie. I'm a short person and it's a short movie. You ever seen Christian in real life? That guy's tall.
Yeah, I met him.
He was banging his head off.
I'm almost 6 feet tall, and he's taller than I am.
He was banging his head off the
fella.
doors in our house because we're little.
Yeah.
$75, Christian, my friend. The Canada Revenue Agency is going to screw me.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. This is all going to go back into we're going to treat you guys when you come back out to visit us again. I will not be outdone by a Hurricane fan. Well, I mean, as an Ottawa fan, Ottawa. It's a question of Ottawa versus Hurricanes. Which one have been the biggest disappointment over the last few years? The future is Scottish. At least you're not a Habs fan. But R.I.P. Ken Dryden. The future is Scottish whiskey and Ottawa Senators. Well, depends which kind of future. Is it a dystopian future? Because
the Canadian secret police are going to be investigating you guys for money laundering.
Absolutely,
man.
It's the only kind of laundering that's going on around here.
You go, Christian. We love you,
Thank you. $75. Thank you, Christian. I am so grateful to you guys.
You're making bank this episode, man.
I am. Who knew I just had to talk about obscure British comedies?
There you go.
That's got to be this one, I think.
Well, they don't march in the IRA, you know. We had to teach Hardy Kruger as well. You know, all he could do was go step.
That man was funny. I'm sorry. That man was funny. He really was.
Oh, the
Roger Moore, the actor.
Well, we did that wonderful Wild Geese. We've got to do Force 10 from Navarone and the follow-up to that as well. We've not forgotten those movies, those 70s and 80s British action movies. We're going to do some of those. Wild Geese, great movie. We had a great
That's right,
stream.
Tim. You know we love that movie, dude.
We love that movie. We had a wonderful stream on that. Tim was contributing to that. A Tim travel movie. We should have a Tim travel movie, shouldn't we? Tim, you can send us a video of one of your holidays. That'd be a Tim travel movie.
Hey man, I remember when we did the Wild Geese movie. He sent me the picture of the front of the hotel that they shot that in.
He sent that stuff. Yeah, he's a great guy, great supporter of the channel. Yeah, Ace of Spades and Shout. Yeah, we'll have to do that one. That clip. I got to do more Bill McClintock clips. He's so good. Anyway, back to the movie. Yes, Ideal Job, Time Lord. 4 minutes and 32 seconds. They had a bet on under 5 minutes. He mentions time travel. But yeah, and he's already told them off. He's about to tell them off for the first time. It's science fiction,
not fiction, not
or
SF.
I know people
sci-fi.
that were like that because I didn't care, and I'm into sci-fi.
Yeah.
Now, this is the bit I really like because this is 2009, and they're Hollywood movies are shit. These guys are on point already. They're shit. And, you know, story is king, and they're going to write a letter to them about how shit they are.
Wait till you see 2025, mate.
That's right, yeah. Oh, we missed, because you're doing these still, it only captures so many stills. The other bit in the cafe was when Pete says to Ray, he says, so your ideal girl would be you with tits.
Tits. No, it's him with tits.
It's him with tits. And points at Mark Wilton's character. Yeah. Now, these posters are significant. In the background, A Boy's Life.
A Boy's Life is the movie. Yeah.
Is the work? No, that was the working title of E.T.
Get out of here.
That is
that's the movie that's on the marquee. I'm telling you that. Yeah,
it is, and
you
so
don't have
that's
it on the slide. But
so that's the working title for E.T.
Wow.
Watch the Skies was the working or the production name for the follow-up to Close Encounters that never got made.
Never got made. No.
Yeah, but it was also the last line in the movie, The Thing from Another World. Watch the Skies. Paradox was the production title for Back to the Future 2.
Really?
Yeah. So these posters mean something. It's funny though, if they went to see A Boy's Life that night and they're calling it shit, that can't be right because that was E.T.
Well, it depends on who you are. I got drugged kicking and screaming to that movie. I'm a geek. I love science fiction, but I hated that movie. I really
can see
did.
that.
That movie.
I'm more of a Close Encounters guy. I like that one. I did not like E.T. at all. No.
When I was sick, my parents took me to see E.T. when I was 6, and it scared the living shit out of me.
You know, that's one of the first movies they messed with in reissue by taking the guns away from the agents and making them radios.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you think about it, the first 10 minutes of that movie, it's a horror film. I mean, it's
of E.T. Yeah,
it's creepy as hell.
It
I mean, with the moody music, and then it leads to the the ship and just the whole mystery of it
Oh
all.
man, don't go. Did you go past? Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
No, I was just going to mention
okay, I'll
the
pause it.
scene where they're walking down the street to the pub when he brings up. They're like, "Go ahead, tell us one of your silly ideas for a movie." What was it? The yodeling ninja.
Yodeling ninja, and because they all thought, and he says, "Oh, that was a joke. That was a joke." No, it wasn't.
Yeah, but he was like, behind him, he's like, "Damn, they thought that was shitty."
They mocked him mercilessly for the idea.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Because they said he's never happy with these ideas. Later on, they said you refused to send that one script in because the margins were too wide. He's got no confidence in his own stories. So one last time for Christian, keep your money. You got to eat too. $5 from Christian. Thank you, my friend. One last one. Why do women prefer making love to truckers instead of RAF, US Marines, or MPs? He's getting at us. We always back up before unloading.
Oh man! Yikes! Yeah, that was directed directly at Brian and me.
And the Pope, yeah. That's,
Pope, yep.
A good one, mate. Good one. Thank you. Obviously, I'm going to be running out of clips at this rate. Well, not yet. I have a few more. So let's try. Oh, I've got some good ones here.
Stop that. It's just silly. Have you got that one?
I don't. I do have one Python one, but I don't have that one. Let's have this one.
I'm telling you for the last time. I happen to have my young son in the car, and I don't want to hear that kind of language.
Oh, man. The guy that plays the
girl.
state trooper in that scene just passed away in the last
Did
couple
he?
of months.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, he did.
Oh, anyway,
He was in a lot of Burt Reynolds movies.
we don't want any of that bad language in this
Yeah,
stream.
right?
So, but anyway, yeah, he wants to be famous, Toby. He's right. I mean, they all contribute to the ideas, which they argue about later when they're arguing about the idea. Story is king. You see, this is what we're saying now, and this was 2009.
Yep.
Remakes. And they don't want remakes. More
Jude
Firefly.
Law.
More Firefly.
More
and Serenity.
Firefly
Yeah,
and/or Serenity.
These are just the things.
It's funny when I heard that I was like, because you know what? I saw Serenity first. I had no idea
Right.
it had anything to do with a television show, and I loved that movie. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
That movie you could watch and
I
not know
love it.
anything about Firefly and enjoy it.
Oh, I love it
you know?
too. I got special edition. I love it. But yeah, I these are the sentiments we have.
Yes, absolutely.
More Firefly and Serenity. Now, then they get into discussion about sequels being
Yes.
shit, but they're not all shit. So they mentioned Mad Max 2, and they mentioned The Godfather 2, but what other sequels are not shit? So anyone in the chat would like to recommend a good sequel as opposed to a shit one, feel free to put them in the chat.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. Well, he mentions, Ray mentions Empire. What about Empire? And there's where he comes up with the Imagineer.
Oh, I
Don't-
heard that and I was like, don't do it.
That's
don't
right.
do
Don't
it.
use the N word.
And then, of course, there's the greatest sequel of all time, Terminator 2.
Terminator
Yeah,
2.
well, yeah.
Aliens is pretty good.
Aliens, look, I like Aliens better than I do Alien, but here's what's weird. Those two movies are different types of movies. One's a horror movie. The other one is an all-out 80s
It's a
action
action
flick.
movie,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, the thing I like about these two guys is this banter is the banter I have when I'm going to the pub. This is exactly how I talk.
Yeah.
About the same things they're talking about in the same way. And then they argue about whose round it is and who spilt whose pint. Now
Predator 2 was a good one too.
Predator 2 was all right. So this is where we get into our first timey-wimey bit.
Yeah, because he
Yes.
thinks he's being set up by his friends.
So he
right?
goes to the Snug, which is a little part of a pub. I don't know if they have Snugs here in bars, which is like a little cozy part, just cut off from the rest a little bit. So he goes there to get his pint because it's quieter. And he comes back and says, what did you guys do? And they went, what's he talking about? We met a girl. That's the first time thing because she's come from, as we find out, she's come from the future. But he thinks she's taking the piss, which is hilarious. So he's this good-looking girl, and he's just taking the piss out of her. And which she gets, because then later on she's like dismissive of him. And he's all these books that he's gonna have written. He's famous. Now, Cassie here, she's committed a big this is a big problem. She might be the cause of all this shit. She's not supposed to be doing this.
No.
She's going back in time.
She's going to be in the area, and she couldn't pass up the chance to meet the
famous person.
Yeah.
And delays him from going back to the bar with the pints.
Mm-hmm.
So that she's causing you should never do that.
No.
So she's caused a problem here. Because she had never read the manual, did she?
The butterfly effect.
Yeah, it's 150 years she came from. And then she talks about what her time. Well, no, it's in my skeleton. I think I've got that clip. Hang on.
Yep.
Here it is.
No, it's been hardwired into my bones, which have been replaced with polymer composite. So it's flexible, but very standard issue.
So her skeleton's been replaced with we call it polymer composite.
Flexible bones.
So flexible bones. He missed a chance to comment on that.
Hello, come on, man.
Yeah, so Cassie has already screwed up time by doing this, by talking to him.
Yep.
But he doesn't take her seriously. Well, that was another bit where Ray says it's not sci-fi, it's science fiction. And Pete says, Jesus, and you wonder why you can't get laid.
Right. Ray the Great.
Yeah, that's right. So what other Ray the Great? Yeah. You should go back and kill Hitler. No, you can't do that. Call it editing.
Boy, they named not one but two Die Hard sequels as better than the first one.
Right. So he mentioned Paris Hilton, and he's got no idea she's got no idea who he's talking about. So there's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. There's hope for the future if they don't know who person.
Indeed. But that is one of the rules. You can't go back and kill people.
Yep.
And it's the editors do it. Kevin Costner, right after Dances with Wolves, the editors would take him out. Oh, Empire, surely. So she has no clue about the whole time travel thing, which is hilarious. She didn't read the manual.
No. She just works there.
Yeah, she turns out she's on probation as well.
You know what's funny is like with that scene with Empire and Jedi, that one really kind of fascinated me the most because I've had debates with people where I firmly believe Empire Strikes Back was the end of Star Wars, where some people say it's Return of the Jedi, and then he brings up something about like the Ewok dance or whatever.
Yeah, we wouldn't have the Ewok battle. That
right.
He specifically said that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he explains to her chaos theory and the butterfly effect, which she's working in time travel. She's got no idea. You're going to drink your pint a little bit later, and she doesn't think it's a problem, and it might be.
That's terrible. We're all doomed.
Yeah. But he's taking the piss out of her, which is, I mean, you think he'd be a bit nicer to her. I'm sure
he thinks he's being conned by the fellas. Yeah. That's what's up.
Well, Ray, when he goes back to the boys, they say, Pete says about, you can hire prostitutes to play a part for you. And he goes, do you know about that? And Ray goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Suggesting he might. So he goes back to them to explain it, and he thinks they've, they're setting him up, which is, it's possible.
Oh yeah.
But she was real. But yeah, Pete's, you can pay prostitutes to do this. You know about that? And he goes, no, I don't.
Yep.
So this is, they never do make it to the King's Head for last orders. That was the thing when Bar was going to close, another one was open later.
Yeah, when I heard the term last orders, I was like, that's last call in the States.
Last call, last orders. Yeah, this guy rings a bell in this pub, which is quite common. So he's now off, and this is another critical moment. Bonnie Tyler. You don't know whether it's
he's
Bonnie
singing
Tyler.
Bonnie Tyler. Yeah.
You don't know whether it's Bonnie Tyler that's done it or not. And this is where we get timey-wimey bit number 2. He goes to the toilet, goes through the routine. The zipper thing.
He's just singing a song, taking a leak, having a good time.
Now, I do like about the movie, they don't really explain any of the timey-wimey stuff. It's a time leak.
No.
It's
It's a
just
time leak.
A leak in the toilets, which is unusual, which is a good way
That's
of putting
funny.
it.
That is funny.
And he heads back in and he gets...
a look at the future.
A look at the future, which...
Yes.
So
which everybody's dead in the
everyone's
bar.
dead. And it's playing Bucks Fizz, Land of Make Believe, as opposed to Bonnie Tyler when he left.
Right.
And he does see, we see some stuff, but he sees himself with a beard.
With a beard. Dead.
Mm-hmm. So,
he runs back to the bathroom immediately.
Right. And he also hears a glass falling, which startles him, and he rushes out.
Yeah, and he runs away. Yep.
Very important for later too. But so he's jumped.
That's a hell of a leak, isn't it?
Yeah, a hell of a leak. So he jumped into the near future at that point, heads back to the bathroom, and goes out again. And he gets in there, and it's all back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's back to playing Bonnie Tyler again. So
yep, Bonnie Tyler's playing again. Yep.
So that's our first leap for our guys. He said, "Look, I mean, what would you think?"
Yeah.
He downs his pint first, I noticed. And that's where you see later on they argue about the pint. He did down his pint.
Yeah. I'll see your time traveling shite.
Yeah, and of course now they think he's taking the piss.
Mm-hmm.
And the only one that's not experienced anything yet is Toby in the centre now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the cynic, Pete.
Right,
so-
he's the one that you'd have to convince, and he's been convinced rather abruptly, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And they're both like, man, stop.
Yeah,
You've
right,
messed with us so much about
come
this
on.
stuff, right?
So now they decide to all go to the... Well, do you know... they decide to all go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Not knowing... So they're going to replicate what he did to
Yes.
see what happens, right?
Absolutely.
This is their plan. This is a great plan, which causes a bit of amusement, especially when the old boy comes in and finds them all lined up.
Ray, check the loos. See if
Yeah.
anybody's in here, because this is going to get stupid. Right?
Actually, yeah, so he doesn't quite get to the last stall because
He
in
opens the door. He just doesn't look
does.
in there.
In there are their future selves, and we
Right.
don't know that till later.
We don't know that at this point, but
It
they're
is
there.
Timey, wimey, wibbly wobbly indeed, Vince. I did have another video of... I had to make these all under 9 seconds because Lionsgate are claiming them all. This is Pete going back into the bar.
Dear Hollywood.
Oh, sorry, this is them talking about Dear Hollywood. Did I play that one?
Dear Hollywood. Please stop making so many crappy movies. Here are a few tips to help you.
Yeah, so there was that, and then this is the Pete dead one, I think. So yeah, he doesn't see if he just mind it, are they in there already, because they haven't gone forward enough to come back yet, or are they
Right.
always in there? This is the time. Like, would they always be in there, or are they not there yet? You just don't know, do you? And does it create an alternative timeline, or is it the same? And there's generally in this movie it's supposed to be the same timeline, generally, but does that really happen? You would create alternative timeline.
Okay, I hate your slideshow. You totally missed the old man coming in wherever he backed up into
well, he
him.
sees, and it's a science experiment.
I wondered if that
Best jokes
man,
of the show.
you know, when that man popped, I wondered if it was Sylvester McCoy.
No, I don't think it was.
I know it's not him, but I was like, wouldn't that be a nice touch?
They
to have
should
like
have had somebody like that in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when they're making these slides, you've got to do it with an automated thing that just takes so many per second.
Is that right? Yeah.
And then if you want the other ones, you have to manually add them in, and it takes like 4 hours for me to do all these slides. So it's,
Really? Wow.
yeah, I got to edit out the ones
You got to
don't
show me how to
need.
do that one of these days.
I use VLC, which is a video LAN player, and you can set it as a scene filter, but you have to pick so many. It's like you pick a number, and it takes every 180th frame or
Gotcha.
every 150th frame. If you take too many, though, you end up with thousands, and then you got to go through and edit them all if you want.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I do miss stuff. Yes.
Yep. But that part was funny. It was.
The old boy comes in and what are you doing? No, it's a science experiment because they're all behind each other.
Oh yeah. Oh, he doesn't say anything. He's just shocked to see them all butt to butt. Yeah.
So now they come out. Well, it sounds okay. People are chatting. There's nothing much going on. It seems okay. Ray goes to the bar, which we don't.
Right. He stops at the bar.
So Ray goes to the bar.
Get some more drinks.
Get another round.
Yeah. Everything
looks
fine.
Next to himself from the future there.
Doesn't know this, though. We don't know that. But
we do not know that yet. So there's currently 3 Rays in this bar.
And everything's fine. They're going back over there. And then they stop because they hear their own voices having a conversation. They've actually gone back just a little bit.
So they've now jumped back a little bit to the near past. And they're discussing the Hollywood movies.
Story is king. Always has been, always will be.
This is eating into our drinking time.
So the toilets are definitely the nexus of all this. But you notice it's always Pete.
Yeah, Pete's got to be in there.
Pete has got to be part of it for them to travel in time. I think.
It gets worse for Pete, too. That's for sure.
I don't think... So it's Pete and the toilets.
Mm-hmm.
It is a leak, yes. So, so we're going to solve
Are you
the
taking
mysteries.
a piss?
Yeah. So now they're all convinced and they know that there's something going on. Should we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
They all know something's going on. And, of course, Ray is the time travel guy. So they're saying to him, well, you tell us what's going on. He says, I read this stuff. I'm not the expert.
I don't know anything about this stuff. I just sit on my ass and read this stuff.
Yeah. So this is where they come up with the rules. Ray's time travel rules. 1, do not kill anyone. Butterfly effect. Can't kill anyone. You never know what's going to happen. Do not have sex with anyone.
Could be your grandmother.
Mother or your mother. Could be your grandmother or your mother. Do not touch yourself. Now, he did mean don't touch your alternative self, but he also meant don't touch yourself. Did you touch yourself, Pete? Because terrible things happen when you touch yourself, you know.
God, that's funny.
And then do not cross the streams or interact with your other selves. The last 2 could be interchangeable, but it could also mean just don't touch yourself. There are other ones, but these are the main ones. But I love the do not have sex with anyone. It could be your grandmother or your mother.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Do not touch yourself is the one that goes totally wrong, though. I mean, it keeps sounding like they're masturbating. Yeah.
Spitballing this one, you know. Here's the rule.
Don't sleep with anyone. Always ends up being your mom or your gran.
Oh, that's just sick.
Right, it's still tonight. We haven't gone back to the Blitz.
You ask for rules, I'm giving you rules.
Okay.
Don't kill anyone. He's coming up with some rules. So they know, like, well, we're in the bar. What the hell are we going to do? We can't see ourselves or meet ourselves. So their great idea at this point, I think, is to go into a cupboard and wait for them to come out of the bar to go to the toilet like they just did.
Right. Then all will be fine.
Yes, and all will be fine. Well,
yes.
Maybe, because there's still 2 sets of them around. So, but then they know that they'll travel back. The past them will go.
We don't know about the other ones that are in there, Brian, at this point. Come on, man.
There's at least 3 sets of them in here at one point.
Yes, there's 3 sets of them in the room at one time, yes.
Yeah, so they don't know where they're going to go. It's not predictable. That's true. So it isn't predictable, and we still don't know what's causing it. It's just they never, quite rightly, they never explain it. It's just a device. I just want to put a read by nature here to quote Professor Farnsworth. A lesson in causality from Mr. I'm my own grandfather.
Yeah, right.
So now they go. The great idea of going to the cupboard. Well, it's rather tight, and they end up hugging each other.
Oh yeah, he's hugging his buddy there.
And at one point, it's Toby. I think. At one point, Toby says, "Oh look, there's a wardrobe in here with a lion and some
snow and
snow."
He's like, really? He's like, no.
Lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. Yeah. What's this?
Yeah, I think it was. It's the guy that's not a nerd says, "I love Narnia."
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I love Narnia. And he's Liverpool. So now, but this is where Ray remembers that Cassie is still in there talking to past him.
Yeah, so he's gonna compare notes with her, right?
Yeah. And he goes up there and he says, "I totally believe it." And she thinks he's taking the piss like he was earlier. She doesn't believe him.
Yeah.
Space boy, you know. You never piss off a good-looking woman, especially if you're a nerd.
Right.
So she walks out the door, and then next time thing comes in. I got to go back to my spaceship and disappear.
Right.
Never piss off a good-looking girl.
Yeah.
And then she comes back 1 second later with a different haircut and outfit. I think it's time we had another little chat, Ray. She's realised that, yes, he wasn't kidding. There's a time leak. Yeah. And she says, we'll go out to the garden because we're safe in there for 20 minutes.
Yeah, she does. She says 23 minutes exactly, actually. And she's been gone for 6 months, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this is what she says, I got a promotion. Well, they took me off probation. It's the same. And he's talking about the dead bodies, and I just didn't spend the last 6 months just dyeing my hair. Yeah. Maybe she did.
Pretty funny.
But she said they've got 23 minutes, and then a couple come out before then, so all is not well.
Yes.
That throws her off a bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she bullshit. He told her to just bullshit it with confidence, and that's what she's been doing.
Yeah.
Still doesn't know what's going on, but she bullshits at work. So.
Yeah, and she tells him that is it this scene or is it the next time that she the next time jump for her? I think it's the next one where she says I did what you told me to do and it's working great.
It worked. I got promotion.
Actual promotion.
I saw what you wrote in Rumble, Joe, about Pump Up the Volume. That is a movie we should do one day as well.
Oh, Harry Handjob's my hero, bro. He's awesome.
We got to do that. Yeah. We gotta do that. So it's slightly better than wedging myself in a cupboard with two sweaty guys. Yes. I mean, she's literally fallen into his lap here. This cute girl,
Yep.
But then this couple comes out. She goes, wait a minute, I got to go check this out because we had 23 minutes and that's way earlier. I'm a professional.
Yeah. I'll check it out. I'm a professional.
And then he does this stupid line they do say. My God, what did I say? What a nerd.
Yep.
So she heads off again. And
he goes back to the cupboard.
Looking at the cupboard.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do, past them, we're going to do the lining up and following the total eclipse sequence.
Then this asshole wants to go back in the bathroom.
And he wants to go in. He goes, dude, you're in there.
So they go to the women's room.
It's a bright idea. Going to the ladies, and he says, it's much nicer in here. Of course it is. It's the women's. Of course, nowadays they'd have all sorts of men in there.
Yeah, of course.
This is pre-shadowing. There's 3 men in it. And they come out of here, and it's dystopia.
The place is destroyed. The whole friggin' place.
Yeah. This is another one of the great moments for me is Pete goes, all right, I'm heading back in. This is fucked up. And then 1 second later, he comes out of the gents, disheveled.
Yes.
With a beard.
Pete goes into the bathroom, and then they see him outside of the bathroom. Don't go in there. He's warning them not to go in there.
So
he's covered in shit.
So they've done a time jump, and he's done even more time jumps. I love this. Poor Pete. Pete is the real victim of all this.
Wow.
It's this bit here.
Fuck this, lads. No, Pete, wait! Oh, maybe he's got the right idea.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't go in!
Go in. What would have happened if they'd gone in too?
Right.
So he's ended up somewhere else completely, which, as he explained later, was not a nice set of places to be. And he's been in and out several times, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're in a dystopian future, which is it? This is what I'm wondering, though. This dystopian future that they're in, is it an alternative timeline, or is it beyond the time of Cassie and her people? You never quite find out. I mean,
or it might be a dimensional rift, sir.
Could be. Did they cause this? Have they caused this? Does Cassie know nothing about this? Does this get fixed? Or is it a future that's going to happen regardless?
Oh, man.
Or some people even suggested it was actually way in the past, but I don't believe so because the pub wouldn't be there then. So it is the future. We just don't know which future.
Yeah. Well,
he doesn't want to talk about it, but then spends a lot of time talking about it.
He says they need to get weapons and food.
No,
That's all he can
weapons
talk
and
about.
food.
Weapons and food.
Weapons and food.
Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
Dr. Jones has dropped out.
Oh, he's gone. Hang on. Oh, sorry, mate. Didn't notice he'd
watch
gone.
the back.
He might come back in. He was on his phone, I think. So, he's back.
Okay.
Dr. Jones is back from the future.
Yes, he's back from the future.
It's 80 years in the future, man.
Right. Do we make it to the end of the stream?
Yeah,
does the channel become very successful?
How rich do I become?
Don't tell me. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
So I was 80 years in the future, and I want to tell you, man, that this broadcast just exploded, and this is being shown.
We're all famous now. Have they got murals of us?
Yeah. And everybody living in their 15-minute cities with their, digital IDs. This is on. This is on everybody's computer.
This is on
man.
everybody's day, all day. The state demands it that they watch it. So Pete talks about going to the past, which is interesting. So there is a problem with that. If there's a past, how could the toilets be there in the pub? Because like if he goes back to the prehistoric past, which he describes being in a wood and falling off because it's lower down, and which it would be, the ground level was lower then because of accumulation. Since why would the pub toilets be there to get back in? So that.
I think there was a massive time jump. I watched this yesterday, and I was under the impression because there isn't a comment about like 2094, right, or something like way in the future.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my theory, I guess. You know?
I mean, this prehistoric past he talks about. Maybe it isn't the past. Maybe it's way in the future. I don't know. They don't really explain it because if it was the past, there would be no toilets to have a time leak in for him to get back in. He'd be stuck. But then again, the time leak may be nothing to do with the toilet, so it might just be on that site. It doesn't meant to make sense. It's a comedy.
Right.
It's the timeline where India took over England. Never steal plutonium from the Libyans. That's true. Never steal. So he's talking about seeing them somewhere. Now they're all wearing this gear they've picked up. This clothing.
Yeah, they found all this in the pub.
Which is interesting because
like they raided it in Old Navy, man.
Yeah, stinking Old Navy.
Well, actually, they got the clothes from the cupboard they were hiding in. That's where they got the clothes from.
But this is funny because Ray's actually quite into this dystopian thing. He's you're excited, aren't you? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But he thinks it's just a bad area.
Yeah. He wants to check out the rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Pete's been doing this for 6 months, did he say?
Right. Pete has seen the wars, man.
Yeah, they can't attack you from behind.
He
You
wants
travel
out of
in
this
packs.
place, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to go and get some wood. Thanks, Pete. No, it's not for the fire. It's to make a spear. All the huge heads, and he's got all this stuff he's seen. Poor bugger. He's so poor guy. Yep. He's the cynic as well. He's not the one that was into this.
Probably blaming these two for getting him into it.
Yeah. So he goes out looking for stuff. So Ray thinks this could just be a bad area. Well, some kids has graffitied it, and
yeah,
there was a spot on.
No, in a bad area, you've got some crime, and graffiti.
I mean, look at
this is annihilation.
Yeah, and this is where he steps. This is the bit where they hear the squeaking.
Yeah, and somebody says, "Are those mandibles?"
Yeah, I'm jumping. And Ray's, well, it could be friendly people with big heads and come to help us and whatever. And no. And the squeaking, it turns out to be a cart. And then. Yes, it's not just a bad area.
That pissed me off because it never gets a payoff. It never gets a payoff.
It doesn't. There's an edit there that They don't go, oh, like
Made
this,
me
you know.
very angry.
Yeah.
Because I love the movie Them. And
Yeah.
we didn't get any more of why the giant ants are. I figured it was radioactivity. That this looks like a bombed out city from a nuclear
It's
blast.
some
or
kind of
something.
dystopian nuclear future.
Hey, Brian. Brian,
Yeah.
I just realized something. You know how you were talking at the beginning of the episode about the posters and It's a Boy's Life in E.T.? This guy's dressed like Elliot at the end of the movie with the red hoodie.
Yes, that's a point. Red hoodie, yeah, good point. I never thought of that. It's another little, possibly another little reference. Yeah.
Good eye, Dr. Jones.
So this is when they find the mural of themselves.
I'm making this up as I go along. So.
Now the mural is interesting. See, the mural is interesting for a number of reasons. This is where it gets complicated. Now, first of all, if they became famous in the future, they wouldn't be dressed like this. They would be dressed in their clothes they were in the pub in the first place, because this dystopian stuff wouldn't have happened. So this is the only reason they're dressed like this is because they went far forward to a dystopian future.
Yeah.
So why would they be dressed like this in the mural? The mural would show them in the pub with the clothes they were wearing there, writing the letter. I don't know why they're wearing those clothes in this mural.
I don't want to spoil it at the end, but at the end, that's when kind of like the climax happens. Well, they're dressed like this, not like the other.
Yeah, but that climax wipes out the future, because so they wouldn't. Nobody knows about that. They don't become famous in the end when they're dressed like that. So there's some problems here.
Timey-wimey.
Timey-wimey, yes.
I mean, I have an alternate theory of they're not actually traveling in time at all. This is just Birmingham.
It's just, that's right. It's actually today. Yeah, they just actually really stepped outside of the pub.
Right.
This movie was 2009. I don't know the movie Day of the Tentacle, but I'm definitely going to have to look it up now.
It was an old point and click game from the early 90s. It was great.
Yeah. There was a British kids cartoon called Mr. Ben where they went inside a changing room in a tailor shop, and it took him back in time to places. So, and a clip of the Saint with a giant ant. Okay.
I mean, you think about like the different styles of time traveling methods. Americans had a DeLorean. The English had a toilet, a phone box.
We don't have class.
A loo.
There's no class in Britain. So I do have a problem with this mural. It shouldn't show them like that.
Birmingham, Kubrick's Vietnam. That was actually East London, believe it or not.
It was East London, yeah.
Well, that was a comment by Read by Nature. I was just reading.
Oh, right, yeah. Hang on. Let me get the chap. Kubrick's Vietnam. So there are some timey-wimey problems here. And we don't know where this is on the timeline. We don't know if it's replaced the future that would have happened or whether it's beyond Cassie's future. But I do like Ray's so optimistic. Oh, they could be good people. It could be... No, it bites the guy's head off. So anyway, they obviously rushed. They missed the payoff and they rushed back in the pub to get away. We don't see that, but they're in it now. And they're back in the toilets, which are not ruined. The toilets never look ruined. Only the outside.
No, but it's definitely run down and dirty.
Yeah, and that's where Pete describes the trip to the past, where he has suffered all these horrible things, even though he doesn't want to talk about it. So now we find out that they're back in the night of the pub night. And they go into the final stall, and Pete's desperate to warn himself because he doesn't want to go.
Yeah, he wants to warn himself so he doesn't go back in there. Yeah,
I can't go through that. I'm going to tell him because Ray thinks they'll all cease to exist.
Right.
Although they do stand near each other at some points and they don't cease to exist. I guess if you touched, maybe. So they're now going through that total eclipse of the heart again, and blah, blah, blah. So they know when they are now. And then they leave here. He said, I'm going to do it. And he's right. He went through hell.
Yes. He's the guy that's been going back and forth trying to get back. Yeah.
So they come out and go to the garden, and it's now in a different time again. And it's the cosplay.
It's a cosplay of the three of them.
Did Pete touch himself? Yeah.
My favorite part of the movie right here.
Yeah, I love this.
Funny.
And it's
Damn, this is funny.
Yeah. So this is pre-dystopia again. And they're having they're famous, but see, they're famous wearing these clothes. Why would they be wearing these clothes if they were famous?
My theory is this. Okay, so that Ice Age was like 90 years in the future.
Yeah.
This was like somewhere in between,
Maybe.
like, because you look at the sign, it's all futuristic and it's like cosplay night. And
At some point they've been eulogized wearing these clothes, even though that's not when they wrote the letter. Because that piece of paper, the letter, is the key to their fame. However, he's going, I know what this is. This is a tribute night to us. And he goes, oh, that's a bit of a stretch, isn't it?
And he points at the sign. Yeah.
And he looks at the sign.
Something like based around us. Come on, it's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? What do you think that?
Big sign just over there?
He can read this sign. Not a stretch at all. And there's some funny stuff in this, like,
it reminds me of like the future of Bill and Ted. You remember, like with the Wild Stallions, where everybody was doing the guitar motions.
That's right.
Like, somehow they became celebrities in the future.
Yes,
like
because they wrote the important works that they wrote. Yeah,
right.
Well, that's basically what these guys do. But
Toby's gagging
but
for
it's
this.
it's some. What I think is funny as hell is it's not the letter he was writing to Hollywood. It was what was on the back of the paper.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, Pete has reappeared. So he might have been in a different... we don't know whether he time jumped here or not, or whether he just went out into the garden earlier and lost them. But he's Pete gets the #1 Pete lookalike award.
Yeah.
And then Toby says, well, where's mine? And he gets a bit of a disappointment.
I wonder if they did one for me.
Big fat
huge
guy.
dude.
The big fat guy. And there is a joke about that later.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
So there's some funny stuff in there. But Toby's desperate to meet everyone, but Ray doesn't want him to because we're famous. So he wants the fame. But there, I don't.
There's the mural.
Like this. I love the mural. And it's the letter.
This is when they figure out it's something he wrote, right?
They realize it's the letter, but it couldn't be the letter.
Yeah.
It's something on the back of it. He ripped it out of his book, and it's you never find it out. It's like Pulp
They
Fiction.
treat it like the suitcase in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it
You
glows.
don't find out what it is. There's a gold glow coming off of it. Like,
It's a gold glow.
It's the most awesome thing ever, right?
We never get to know
Yeah.
what it is. Maybe the artist wasn't very good at teeth because they're not smiling. Yeah. And it was supposed to be fixed, but nothing has yet been fixed because they're still in the future themselves. Although the timeline appears to be fixed, it's not dystopian anymore. Free bar. Would you like to stock up in the buffet?
Yeah, he grabs a drink, right?
I would. And now we have a new addition, Millie, who claims to know Cassie and have trained her. She didn't train her very well then. Sergeant Porter, causal adjust. So she says, oh, I'm here to help. Get back inside.
Yep.
So the dystopian version seems to have disappeared by now.
Mm-hmm.
And so she claims...
The dystopian version obviously was past this point in history.
It must have been.
Yes.
It must have been past
It's
this.
obvious.
So that happens regardless. But then why is the mural of them like that? Because they didn't dress like that until they got forward again.
They are dressed like that in the past, though. You keep denying this, Brian. They are dressed like that
there's
in the
the
past.
old boy about to go into the bar to see them lined up. So they now know they're back in the night. Now Millie has taken them there, or she's the one, because she needs them to be there,
so she can get rid of all of them.
Yeah. She needs them to be there to wipe them out. And there's some really good sequels are going through this conversation again. Now they actually have time for a pint, That's why Ray goes to the bar and stands beside his past self and gets them some beers and some peanuts. We look so happy. And this is where there's a little gag at Toby's expense.
Am I really that fat?
Well, they say that time travel adds 20 pounds. And you've travelled a lot.
Just the kind of gag guys would make about each other.
Yeah.
Time travel adds 20 pounds.
You've travelled a lot. So here they are coming back in from the three of them in the toilet. Ray was at the bar.
Yeah.
The bar was a little busy. I love the way Chris O'Dowd speaks. The bar was a little busy.
A little busy.
A little busy. He's very charismatic. He's a charismatic actor. So now they're just, I don't know what they're waiting. They're waiting to see what the note is. They're waiting for them
they
to
want to
go
see
out
what's on
again.
the back of the note.
They want them to go
here
out
it is.
again.
And they look at it, and it's the suitcase from Pulp Fiction. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I never. We'll never know what it was, but it makes them famous.
Yes.
But that means the editors
And
are going to
all
wipe
goes
them
from
out
here.
before their next work.
Yep.
And now they argue about who came up with it.
Right. Now they're arguing about that. Yeah.
And
They
you
argue
look
about
at-
everything, man.
They
Right
do.
up to the end of it. Yeah.
What do you think he wrote?
Well, I don't know. I think it was probably something that became, maybe it was Idiocracy.
It obviously was the Ninja Yodeler.
Maybe
Come
it was
on,
Demolition
man.
Man.
Everybody will love Taco Bell.
Yes, it was something prophetic, obviously. So now Ray goes back out to the garden
To take a leak. He's going to take a piss.
And then Cassie.
You think these guys would just hold it until this was over with, right?
Cassie, well, they've drunk a lot of beer. Looks like Guinness they're drinking as well, or stout. She reappears. It's been another 6 months for her, hence the another haircut. She's now been promoted for real.
Yep.
She doesn't know that they were way in the future. She knows nothing about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she knows nothing about this dystopian bit, which is a problem. And then he mentions Millie, and she goes, uh-oh, Millie's an editor. So
That's
you
exactly
guys-
what an editor would say,
That's
right?
That's right. You guys are marked for destruction.
For us, the pub in the future, she's like, casual
Causal-
adjust is
causal
just
adjust.
another name for an adjust. Yeah.
You kill people at their finest hour. I think it's a great idea, because you wouldn't want disappointment. You wouldn't want that bad second album, would you?
I mean, this is true.
Yeah. Think of the number of bad second albums that have been made.
Wait. So basically, you think the editors are a good idea? Did you ever see The Natural?
Yes.
The serial killer that was killing people at their peak of their powers?
See, I think it's not necessarily a bad idea. If their aim is to preserve culture, we only have the good shit then, not the disappointing follow-ups. That disappointing second
We never
album.
would have seen Roy Hobbs hit that home run then.
Are you the best? I'm the best that ever was. Bam.
Bam. Done.
So, Millie wants, I like Kevin Costner, they keep mentioning that. So Cassie's going to try and fix it, but as it turns out she can't. They've been cut off. Ray says, we've got to destroy this. If they destroy this, they won't kill us, because it never happened.
Right.
But Toby kind of wants to be famous.
Of course he does. He's been writing this stuff forever.
Because if they don't become famous, nothing ever happened. No
Yeah.
one's going to come and kill them.
No one's going to come and kill him. Yep.
You know, and then Millie, you always hate Millie reappearing is pretty neat, because she's got the full silver costume on. She's in full.
And they really intensified her rack too.
They did, yes. Her rack got pumped up a bit. Yes. Both her and Anna Faris are making the most of it.
Yep.
But they're like this. You were Judas. No, that was Peter that did it.
In the painting, you're Judas, yeah. I forgot about that. He was calling it the Last Supper, and he was Jesus and all that. Yeah.
Painting your Judas.
It's funny. Damn. Yeah.
So they're fighting over this.
They're fighting over the paper.
The lighter didn't work. Well, I spent 2 months surviving in the woods with it. Yeah. So she's looking a little bit cleavagey. Yes,
Yep.
so. And she's excited because it's the original note. She's seen it in a museum.
Yep.
Yeah. And then afterwards, you don't change or add to culture in any meaningful way. That's pretty cutting.
And then Homeboy whips out the prop from his first job we saw him on, right?
That's right. And this is where he goes into, it's a Carbonite Mark IV with a cold fusion cell after 60 hours and centuries beyond your time.
Yeah, and he writes off this whole thing of what it does, and she goes, but you didn't mention the range.
I could hit you from here.
I can hit you from here.
Cold fusion battery. Yeah.
Oh, man. Too funny.
The thing is, she knows all along it's bullshit. She knows he's bluffing. It could be a gun you made.
Yep.
Just for... hang on, there's some chats here. Judas Priest.
Am I the only one that thinks she looks kind of like Selma Blair with that haircut?
She does a bit, yeah, she does.
Female Nick Cave. I'm sorry.
She kind of reminded me of one of the aliens in Galaxy Quest as well. I can't.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Nick Cave.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't get past it.
Tim has captured the essence of the movie. Nobody expects the Inquisitor. So she's not buying their bullshit, but now she says, I'm sensing a little bit of resistance to the immortality idea, so I'm just going to kill you all anyway and forget about the being famous. So, but they can't have that because they would all die then.
Right.
Both versions of them would die.
Yeah, that was pretty wild when she attacked Homegirl. That's why her
Yeah.
nose is bleeding there. She,
Yeah.
she did something
She
to her
does
brain and totally deactivated that
Well,
chick
she
right
says,
there.
My armaments are built in. She
Yeah.
says, drop your weapons. My armaments
Shouldn't
are
her
built in.
nosebleed? I mean, shouldn't
She
her
has.
nosebleed be white, not red, if she's an android or a time machine?
Well,
or
she's
whatever?
not an android. She's just had a polymer composite
Skeleton.
Skeleton.
Yeah.
But
She
she's
had her
still human.
skeleton replaced. Yeah.
Okay.
She's human.
She's still warm inside, as Ray would find
I
out
see.
in future years.
Synthetic blood.
But she said, to drop my weapons, I'd have to have 12 hours of surgery.
Yeah, right? That's
And
too
that's,
good.
of course, you're bluffing, and you made that gun for your work.
Nice try.
Oops. Yeah, so she's going to kill them all.
Yep.
Yeah, this is what she thinks. I'm not going to bother with letting you publish the note.
All you have to do is give me the note.
In your
That's all
book
you
of
gotta
bad
do.
ideas. Yes, because the rest of them are shit.
Yep.
And he's torn. He is torn.
Dude,
He
this
likes
is,
the
you know,
idea.
this is his chance at immortality. Come
Yeah.
on. This big
They'll
dreamer,
still end up
right?
dead, but he'll be famous.
Right?
And then there's that damn song playing again, Land of Make Believe.
Yeah.
Pete gets shot,
Yeah. Pete gets housed.
and she decides to just wipe the whole bar out.
Mm-hmm.
As he's about to burn the thing.
Yeah, he's trying to get him to give it to him.
He's
Doesn't,
about to
doesn't he
burn
say
it.
fuck you?
Yeah,
And
something
throw
like
him the
that.
note? Yeah.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
It's too late, though.
Yeah.
She's got her boobs charged up. The electric boobs. That's where her
The
power
electric
packs
boob-
are.
The electric
the power
boobaloo
pack-
attack.
The boobaloo, electric boobaloo. That's where the power packs are. And this is where Pete comes. First Pete jump comes in and sees everyone dead, including
Yep.
himself.
There you go.
So it's kind of come back in a big circle.
Mm-hmm.
And then this time he hears the glass, but we know why now. Here's the glass breaking. So she buggers off thinking her job's done. Ray's not quite dead. Trope. What a trope. He's not quite dead. He
Oh, no.
knows he's got one chance to get rid of this note. Static charged nipple. That's what it looked like. The energy was... We all know boobs have power. Boobs have a lot of power. So he comes in, here's the glass shattering, and that happens to be Ray knocking the pint over and destroying the note. And then everything goes resets. Rewinds. Everything kind of rewinds and gets wiped out, which causes its own problems. Logically causes its own problems. They're etheric beam locators. They're not breasts, they're Dalek bumps. Those were like boobs, weren't they, on the Daleks? So, this is the weird bit, because theoretically, everything should have been wiped out, and it should have been the three of them back at the start, not knowing any of this happened. But those guys have been replaced by the three of them that went through everything and know what happened. So why would that happen? I don't. They shouldn't know any of this. They shouldn't know any of it. And the destroyed letter is still there.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of just a bit of a movie conceit, a narrative conceit, as it were. Fair enough. It makes for a more narratively makes it better. But
I think you got that wrong.
What?
Well, Pete downed his pint, didn't he? So that was probably my point.
But typically for the guys, they start arguing about whose pint it was, because Ray, that was my pint, like he wants another one. You got that wrong, Ray. That was my pint. So that's what guys would argue about. But they remember everything that happened. But I'm assuming like the entire future has been wiped out because...
Here's the big problem for me. They all saw what was on the back of that letter.
Just write it again.
Just write it again. What's the problem? You're rich.
Yeah. So, there is another problem about to come up at the end of the movie. However, this is typical guys. They're not talking about everything they went through. They're arguing about the pint. Hey, Keely, good to see you. Thanks for turning up. So everything that happened tonight, including, and he's pissed off because he never met Cassie. And that's true. He never met Cassie. She wouldn't even know who he was.
Yep.
But there they are walking to the other pub and a portal opens. So
Timey-wimey, man.
Timey-wimey. Why would Cassie know who he was? Because none of that ever happened. He wasn't famous. She wouldn't have to save his life or do any of that stuff. But here she comes with another haircut.
Yeah. She's from another dimension.
So this could be an alternative dimension. Yes. Also, she's been going out with him for 2 years.
Yes.
Which version of him has she been going out with?
And he's just got to know, was he any good?
And why is she coming to get this one if she's been going out with another one for 2 years?
Unless, of course, you mean sex, which, yeah. Yes, we've done that lots.
It's like this is my girlfriend, and then have we done it? It's all he cares about. Never mind all the other things. Well, have we done it? I love the way he turns them lots. Anyway, for some it must be a parallel universe because none of this stuff ever happened. Why would she know him? Unlike but feedback loops, parallel universes have been created, leaks everywhere. So destroying the note wasn't the end of anything. It was the start of something else. But that's just not. It's just for fun. It's a comedy. So I'll give them a pass on that one.
Yeah, you should. None of this should make any sense. Look, it's a time leak in a urinal. How funny is that?
Exactly.
Yikes.
So, his grandfather paradox, they couldn't travel back to erase themselves, and yet they kind of did, in a sense. So, anyway, he's going to go, and they didn't want to go at first. And as long as Pete says, as long as we're back for last orders, somebody should stay and look after the coats and the bags.
Right.
So, they tried it. They go. And then there's...
he talks them into it.
Yeah. And it's one of these movies you got to watch to the end of the credits.
Oh, really? I didn't do that.
So Vince says, strength of motherly instincts. That must be what it is. Who's motherly?
I don't know.
So they all go, because one last chance to say science fiction, not sci-fi. And then this great cover of the final countdown that they play, which is more about aliens, I think, than it is about time travel. Which I never realized. No, final countdown is them blasting off to go to another world, isn't it?
I mean, it makes about as much sense as everything else in this plot. So
that's true, yeah. And now another time jump. These three, which includes two Petes.
Oh no.
Have burned out and they're gone now. So where have they come from? We don't know. And then another one with a shambling Toby acting like a real.
Final countdown. We're heading for Venus, and still we can stand tall because maybe
That's
they've seen us and welcome us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
let's
many
end
ideas.
with
Yeah.
a very, very cute movie.
Yeah, it's a good
Indeed.
movie.
I love
I
that
enjoyed
little
it.
movie. It's fun. The guys are like real guys. I really
Yeah.
like that about it. They seem
Well, that's
like just real guys.
that's the allure of those Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movies, right? They're
Yeah.
just two good friends that end up in crazy situations, right?
Sure, and I think there was a
Yep.
little bit of trying to kind of cash in on that ethos from the
Mhm.
success of those movies, which is fine.
It's
But
kind of
yeah,
down to earth, like the Full Monty. Full Monty is one of my favorite movies, just because the
Yeah.
characters are down to earth.
Yeah. You can identify with them. You can identify with those guys in that movie and in this movie. You're right. I all the stuff they talk about in the bar is stuff we've all talked about.
Yep.
You know, what would you do if you had a time machine? You know, blah blah blah. You know, wouldn't it be great if you had a girl that liked this stuff? Eventually, you do find one if you look hard enough.
I'm married to one. So,
yeah, exactly. Your ideal girl, your ideal woman is you with tits. No, him. With
No,
tits.
it's him with tits.
That's the best line of it.
Yeah, it's pretty damn.
Well, they say the longer you're married, the more you become your wife, or husband or whatever. You become one person.
You do kind of, yes. He's kind of blend, like you blend. That was a
Or
lot
get
of fun.
blended, one of the two.
Get blended. That was a lot of fun, and we also mentioned at least 2 movies we're going to have to talk about in the future. Pump Up the Volume, The Boat That Rocked. Hey, Roadie, that's 3 movies I've got on the list.
There you go.
Do. If we do
Yeah,
music,
Pump Up the Volume. When you were mentioning the pirate radio, I'm like, yeah, my favorite movie like that is Pump Up the Volume.
Well, we should
I
maybe
thought
do-
Christian Slater was going to be the next Jack Nicholson. I really did.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to
we
his
should
career,
do those one week after another, a little mini
Yeah.
series. Yes,
That wouldn't be bad.
You know
Have
what I
a
thought
British
is-
version and an American version.
Yeah. You know what I think is the perfect time travel movie, comedy or not comedy? 12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys is good, man.
Because
that
it's
is some
like
good stuff.
it doesn't break any rules.
It doesn't. It is the one that does not break rules.
No.
You cannot change. They can't change what happened because it happens.
Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, yeah. It's,
I like
it's good.
I like that one. I like Time After Time with is it Malcolm McDowell?
Malcolm
McDowell is in that.
David
And
Warner.
Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve is pretty good. I
one
like.
was a little-
How interesting is that movie, man? Because he does it by just meditating into that time. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's really
Yeah,
wild.
if you've ever read the novel, that's what it's all about. You have to put yourself in the surroundings, and eventually, it happens if you get
Yeah.
the right. Yeah,
Pretty wild.
Another one I like.
Just make sure you don't bring any change with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't bring a penny,
Don't bring a penny. Yeah, there's a Ethan Hawke movie, Predestination, that I like.
Yeah.
Which is funny because it creates a completely closed time loop where he becomes his own parents. So it's a closed time loop. It just would go around forever.
Did you guys ever see that mystery? Did you guys ever see that Mystery Science Theater classic Time Chasers? Where
I didn't.
the one where they get in an airplane and they go back in time and it's like really horrible. Time Chasers. You never saw that one?
No, I didn't. But I do love time travel stuff. I'm a big time.
It's horrible.
Robert Silverberg wrote some good time travel novels. Up the Line is one that's about time travel couriers. For do you take tourists back in time to see them? And so eventually, like there's it says first time I went to the crucifixion, there was like 30 people here. Now there's thousands of people, and you see them. They see themselves all over the hillsides. Eventually, the past is full of people from the future going to see things happening in the past. But of course, it just takes one person to do something wrong, and the whole thing's screwed up. It's a great novel. I've always wanted them to make a movie of that novel. But, anyway, because what would you do with time travel? Of course, you'd create a travel agency and charge people money to take them back. Time Tunnel. I used to watch Time Tunnel series, Read by Nature. Yeah.
Well, they say you can't travel in the past because there'd be nothing there because everything's moving forward, So
I just love
you'd
it
have to
as
go
a
into the
subject.
future. You have to go into the future.
Well, we are traveling into the future 1 second at a
True.
time. Yeah. Although it's different for everybody because it depends on your speed.
Did you ever watch Quantum Leap? I wasn't into that show, but
it's a bit corny for me.
I know a lot of people that were.
They just use time travel as a device to have like feel good stories and that, and that's not. However, we must draw to a close. Our time is ending tonight, but I would like to thank my lovely panel for being here once again. We will be redirecting to your show, Joe, later.
Okay.
So I see you have conquered Mass Effect 2 then.
Yes, we're taking a 1 week break. I'm going to introduce you guys to my favorite fighting game ever from the Sega Genesis era, Eternal Champions. You're going to get to see me get my ass literally kicked tonight because I haven't played this in decades. So, yeah, this should be fun.
Cool. Well, there will be a redirect at the end of the show to Joe's
and I will be starting Mass Effect 3 a week from now.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, despite the controversies over the ending, I do love the game and the gameplay in it, and I do love the characters and the Citadel DLC and stuff like that. Some really good DLCs in it. So
I really want to do a stream of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Oh man,
you should.
That would be fun.
That's really a great game.
It is a great game.
Racist as hell, but
yeah, it is.
So
it's a product of its time, man.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So check out Joe's channel, everybody, if you're not already subscribed. And when you get the redirect, just keep that up on your screen. Click the like button and go watch him play later. Thanks for being here, mate.
Always, man. Appreciate you.
Dr. Jones, thank you for being here. Have you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah, I'm about to interview James Lindsay. I'm setting up an interview with the controversial James Lindsay in a couple of weeks because he and I talk on X all the time.
Right.
But most of my focus has been on starting up my fitness channel. I'm a certified personal trainer, getting back into it. So
nice. So we can expect some naked yoga, naked workouts.
And I'm looking forward to hockey season greatly and the draft and all that. And
well, there will be bourbon and boarding, so hopefully you'll be taking part in that with Brahma and I.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. Started fantasy football and I'm doing horrible. So.
Oh dear. So Read by Nature says, is that the guy that's always arguing with Sargon?
Yeah. He, like I said, controversial. He's a love-or-hate type of guy, but he and I have been talking for years.
Hey, controversy is good for YouTube. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, thanks for being here, mate. Pope, my friend, I know that in a couple of weeks you may be work may stop you from joining the shows, so I'm so glad you made it here today, and you'll be here next week, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Yes, sir. And then it'll just be Bonded by Metal and my show over on Rumble whenever I do it. Midnight Mass over there on Saturday nights into Sunday mornings.
Yeah, cool. No, thanks for being here, buddy. We'll miss you, but I'm sure you'll be back. But you'll be here next week, which is good, because next week we are going to be talking about the movie Battle of Britain, because it will be the 85th anniversary of what they count as the 85th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. Obviously, that aerial battle that saved Britain's air supremacy, and so it's prevented the Nazis from invading, happened over a period of time. Excuse me. So we thought the best way to talk about the anniversary is to talk about the movie. So we'll be doing that next week. And thank you for Tim for suggesting that to us some time ago. So I had that penciled in to do. Hopefully you'll all be able to make that show. It could be very, very interesting.
Never seen the movie. You gave me another movie assignment, mate.
Battle of Britain, a great British war movie. I've got a collection of those. I love them. Grew up watching those. And indeed, my father, although he was he was in the Air Force in the Second World War, albeit after that period was over, because he was a little too young when it was happening. But he did. He was in the Air Force after that. So, and I was in the Air Force too, of course.
Thank you for your service, man.
No,
didn't know that.
You got Joe was a military police, weren't you?
Yep.
And
right
Pope was a Marine.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All
So-
three. Thank you for your service. I'm the one who hasn't been in the service. So
Not to worry, mate. Not everybody can do it, you know. Otherwise, everyone.
Some of
would
us,
be
it's a family business. Every male in my family's been in it, and some of the females too.
So Battle of Britain next week. I hope we'll see everybody in the chat there for that one, and maybe a few more. I would like to thank everyone that super chatted tonight. You were Christian, Tim, WG. Thank you all, guys. It does make a big difference to an old retired guy like me to keep this thing going. I do appreciate it very much, and thank you to everyone else for your wonderful chats and your support. Thank you to Davina and Darren M for modding, and over on the Rumble side too. Thank you everybody for being there and for modding over there, you guys too. And also thank you to all my channel members. It does mean a lot to me, and it does make a difference. Darren, by the way, if you could email me on the email address is admin@BonnieRig Productions. Hang on, I'm going to put that in the chat myself, and it is on my about page. Hang on a sec. I can't write and talk at the same time.
It's okay though. We can talk for you.
He's
typing an email address.
If you could email me, Darren, because I want to send you some stuff, because you became a high sticker recently. And anyone I haven't sent a high sticker package to, let me know, because there is one. You get to hear some music that I like. Darren, yeah, email me if you get the chance. But thanks for modding, everybody. Thank you to everyone on Rumble for chatting. Thank you to everybody on YouTube. You've all been marvelous, simply marvelous. There'd be no point in doing it without you.
That's right.
What would be the damn point? So you've given
thanks
us
everybody.
It's been a wonderful afternoon. Later tonight I will be on Comics Division Monday Night Meltdown as usual. Right now I'm going to go eat and then take the dog for a walk, because that's what we do here a lot.
I'm going to eat, get a beer, and get my ass kicked on live YouTube.
We'll go watch Joe later. If I got the chance, I would. That's always when I'm eating and walking the dog, but I'll try. Go sub to Dr. Jones as well. So take care, everybody. Have a great night. As they say in Korean television shows, don't skip your meals and live your best life. Till next week, we'll see you then. Stay well.